Bring this meeting to order. We got a different schedule today. Our speaker is going to end up speaking first, and we'll have the bulk of the meeting after, because he's got a tough schedule from what I hear. Welcome, Rotarians and guests, to Rochester Rotary November 3rd, live and Zoom meeting. My name is Ron Lichtel. I serve as your president for the Rotary Club. Would you please stand and join me in Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Paula, what you have for us today? All right. Please join me on the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it very little concern? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? David Erdley, is he on Zoom or where is he?
On Zoom.
He was going to give the invocation, and then we're going to go right into our speaker today.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone.
I see his face.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Let me offer a word of prayer. Gracious God, we pray for this election day. We ask that all who have the right to vote are able to vote. We lift up prayers for our candidates at this time and all the work that they've done throughout this season. And we pray that the will of the people would be honored. Be with us as Rotarians as we continue to seek others above self, as we serve our community, and as we care for those around us. Be with us, even at this time. In your name we pray, amen. And then let me offer this introduction for our speaker. Ty Sordeley is a 2010 distinguished graduate of the United States Naval Academy with a degree in mechanical engineering and a master's degree in nuclear science and engineering at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. From 2013 through 2016, Ty served in the United States Navy as a submarine officer. In 2016, Ty was hired as an assistant professor at the University of Illinois for Naval Engineering Systems and Naval Weapons for undergraduate college students in technical fields of study. In 2018, Ty was hired at Amazon as site lead of the Amazon Livonia Fulfillment Center to lead, problem solve, and strategically create step change in rapid growth for the logistics network. In addition to leading the state-of-the-art 1 million square foot facility, Ty oversees the safety of more than 2,000 full-time Amazon employees that live and work in the Detroit area. Thank you, Ty, for joining us today.
Hey, thank you. Quick mic check. Can you hear me, David?
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thank you for the introduction. My name's Ty Sordeley. So I do work for Amazon. I'm currently at the site wearing the safety vest. Just do another little bit more in depth. So I'm now the general manager at DET1 out in Livonia, which I'm in charge of the 1.2 million square foot fulfillment center out here. I've been with Amazon for about 2.5 years now. Plan on staying for a while. And then you already kind of heard my background. I spent my time in the nuclear Navy driving submarines, and then I taught before I joined Amazon. I live out in Plymouth Township. I did vote today. I heard a lot of people talking about that. I have a wife and 2 kids. And then one of those things we always do at Amazon, a peculiar fact, is I spent over an entire year cumulative underwater, not seeing the sun when I was on the submarine. And also it is my birthday this weekend, so I'm pretty stoked about that as well. I think the weather is warming up for me just for my birthday, so I'll take that. But good. So I have a agenda. Pretty much, I would kind of describe what Amazon has done in the region. Probably what you've seen. I'll kind of go through some of our COVID responses, what we have in place, what we still plan on doing to fight COVID and to ensure that all of our associates remain safe through the whole peak season and the winter season here in Michigan and Amazon as a whole. And then a kind of a conclusion summary remarks. So if you haven't seen, Amazon is pretty well known in the Michigan area. We have about 5 fulfillment centers and sort centers, 4 or so delivery stations, some Whole Foods, which is also Amazon if you didn't know, and then also some hub lockers, which is like kind of like quick pickup. And then we have a downtown corporate office in downtown Detroit as well. And as you can kind of see, just in this short time period, about 2-3 years ago, Amazon really entered Detroit, and we came in pretty strong, and we're growing very rapidly. So far we have about 2.1 billion just invested into the Michigan economy with over 10,000 jobs, with plan on expanding and more, which I'm sure you read about in the news as well. So just try to give you a brief overview of what you kind of see around that may have the word Amazon or the smile near you, and kind of how the logistics go. I run a distribution center, which is essentially a massive warehouse. We have 2 different sizes warehouse. We have warehouses for small things. So if you were to order this or this, that would be in one warehouse, and it's organized by size. And then we also have another warehouse called a non-sort, which is what I run, is typically your larger items. So that'd be your dog food, your kitty litter, your Instapots, your paper towels. So we have different distribution centers, and after you would order something online, it would come through our order process. We would through the distribution center with our associates, we would pick the order, create the order, and then send the order. And then the order, depending on where it's going, when it's going, and how we're trying to get it there as quickly as possible, can go through some of our downstream logistics. With the downstream logistics, we pretty much is very similar to UPS and FedEx. We have sort centers and delivery stations and delivery routes. So what you're probably most familiar with in the last few years, especially in the Detroit area, is the increase of Amazon vans. So now you see those dark gray vans, then the box truck vans that are delivering the packages to you. So all of those exist around Detroit. So that's kind of what Amazon's been doing. Yes, obviously we have many other jobs that support, from IT, from maintenance, management, leadership, Six Sigma, customs, because we do send a lot of stuff to Canada and stuff like that. So everything comes with that. Even third-party jobs from cleaning to security to transportation all come with Amazon when we come as well.
I'm in a Zoom meeting.
So one of the other things I kind of wanted to talk about was some of the COVID responses. I'm one of the COVID leads for all of the non-sort regions for all of Amazon. So I know a lot of our COVID responses and what we have in and all the measures that we actually have pretty well. So I'll just highlight a few things, and then I'll kind of tell you, like, I'll walk you through the process. If you were to come tour my site, which you can, not at this point, because we kind of banned the site tours just due to, it's really hard to keep 6 feet in a distribution warehouse and also give you a tour at the same time. So I'm sure tours will open up, so you can reach out to Andre again and sometime next year and stuff like that. And I'll gladly give you guys a tour so you can kind of see the inner workings behind. But all these really cool things that we've done for COVID responses. So as you walk in the door, there's 6-foot markings essentially everywhere you go. There's plexiglass separating pretty much every lane, and anywhere there would ever be a chance where 2 people could meet and be within 6 feet. So what that means is, like, we have turnstiles getting in through the gate where you badge in and badge out for security purposes. So 2 turnstiles next to each other within 6 feet. So we put plexiglass barriers in between. So we just make sure we have hand sanitizing, mandatory sanitation when you come in before you go through the turnstiles. Or turnstiles have this nanoseptic covering over it, which is an oxidation process that through natural sunlight actually cleans itself. And then you continue to walk through, you slowly walk through. We have these thermal scanners, very similar to probably what you've seen now in airports, that will measure the temperature off your head. And through Michigan, we have an enhanced screening process where you have to verbally say no to that you don't have 11 of these common symptoms that the CDC has suggested can be linked with COVID. After that, you would scan your badge saying, I acknowledge, I have none of these symptoms. You make sure you have a mask on. If you're not, you're given masks. We have cloth masks, as well as we have reusable masks that we give to all associates. They get 2 a week if they would like. And we even now, since we have a surplus of masks, we're actually giving them 4 where they can bring home. We even have child-sized masks they can bring home to their children to make sure that the children, now that they're returning schools, have appropriate cloth masks that are reusable as well. So as you go through, we staggered our shifts because my site is around 1,600 associates. Not all 1,600 associates work at once. We typically have around 500 that come in on a daily basis, just due to the amount of work that we need to process. So obviously we don't want all 500 associates to come in at once, because that would pose a significant risk for COVID. So we actually spread that out. We have staggered shifts. So we bring all 500 associates over an hour to an hour and 30 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes. So you have designated start times and designated end times and designated break times and designated lunch times. So basically we can keep all the walkways, all the break rooms, all the microwaves pretty empty at times, so we can always sanitize and clean before the next group comes. But also at the same time is we want to make sure everyone has the ability to relax and enjoy their lunch and actually be socially distant the whole time as well. So essentially we're trying to spread everyone out as much as we can. We do that by spreading out breaks and lunches. If you were to come here, you'd see our breaks and lunch rooms look like old phone booths. We have plexiglass all the way around. We have the microwaves, which are like walking into a phone booth to use. Everything is obviously re-sanitized. We boosted our janitorial staff. So not only have the janitorial staff or custodians, which like clean things, empty trash, we have a 30% increase in headcount in them just to do flu protocols. And that's cleaning items 6 times a shift, re-sanitizing. And we even hired a third party through all of Amazon, where they come in, they look like Ghostbusters. They come in and they spray everything, and they let it sit for 45 minutes as a hard disinfectant spray before all the associates come in from days the nights and nights the days as well. So it's a great opportunity. And we every day we consistently look, and we have great tracking mechanisms where we essentially added a lot of technology. We call it proximetrics, where we use camera-based systems and motion-based systems, and we can actually tell if people are within 6 feet or have a risk of being within 6 feet, and it'll alert management and our team that we have staffed every day to respond to the area, to find out if there's an issue, to find out if something is broken, why is there a long line, just to ensure that we can maintain social distancing. And through that, we offer sanitizing tables, wipes, gloves, and really proud thing that we did is at my site specifically, we were the first site in Michigan to open up free COVID testing to associates. So we offer about 80 tests a day to the associates, which gets us through just under 3 weeks that we can test every single person in the building. This is all free of charge. You come in, you do it. You get paid actually to do it. You come into work, go in the back and actually get a COVID test and get alerted on your phone of your result, which is fantastic. So a lot of positive response from that as well. So obviously we do a lot more for COVID, but those are the big highlights that I kind of want to get on. And then kind of for the sake of time, I'll kind of proceed. We have a lot of cool safety measures going on. Once again, Detroit being a part of it as well. So we have two big pit suppliers, pit being powered industrial trucks. So that is like fork trucks, order pickers, large industrial equipment that you'd lift like pallets with. So we have a lot of cool safety measures in that. We have essentially teams that we train up of associates that are very safety involved. And we essentially, they come to work and rather than pick, pack, sort, work on the dock, load trucks or unload trucks, their whole job is to stand with radios and microphones and patrol the area to look for unsafe things and to stop unsafe work, and then the coach associates. So whether it's proper lifting, whether it's walking in the area, whether it's trash on the floor, could be a slip hazard, whether it's pedestrian traffic, you name it, all there. So great opportunities for them to speak up, great opportunities for us to show how important safety is for Amazon. But once again, you know, Amazon is a tech company, so we're trying to add a tech solution to that as well. So we're trying to make our pit almost like auto self-driving, I would call them like Teslas essentially. So we're trying to make them aware of each other, so we can prevent collisions or any type of unsafe environments, and also aware of associates as well. So if you don't see something, if someone comes around the corner or you're fast or you're looking down, you're distracted, as anyone that gets distracted at work, that the machine will know of an unsafe event as well and stop it before it happens. So we're trialing that out at our site. Super excited. Associates are loving it. Once again, just going to the whole fact that we do put safety first here at Amazon. So I'm sure there'll probably be some questions, but once again, I'd like to thank you for inviting me here. I'm glad to speak. This is my first Rotary Club. I think the last time I talked to the Rotary Club was when I was getting my congressional nomination when I was joining the Naval Academy many years ago. So it's a pleasure to be back. And pleasure to highlight Amazon and that it's a great place to work, great pay, super safe, on the tip of the spear for COVID, COVID actions, COVID responses, not only for our customers, but also for our associates that are inside. So proud to be a part of the group. And just let me know what questions you have, and I'll try to do my best to answer and kind of what time remains.
Any questions from the room? Any questions for him?
What geographic area does the Detroit area warehouses service?
Geographically, if you want to do, so we kind of draw things around. So if you look at like Detroit as a map, how Amazon kind of looks at it is like kind of concentric circles around around each of these sites. So basically we have the ability to say, hey, I can deliver this package within a day. I can deliver this package in a day. I can deliver this package in 2 days. So basically with those kind of ideas and structures in mind, that's where we strategically place some of our sort centers and delivery stations. So specifically at Amazon, in the Detroit area, we have one in Livonia, one in Romulus, and one in Shelby Township, and then one in Brownstown, to pretty much get all of Detroit in the metropolitan area pretty far. And then going kind of west of Michigan, we have a bunch of sites that support each other for a large site in Grand Rapids. That was the most recent addition to Michigan. And that pretty much gets everywhere around in Michigan within a 2-day period for Amazon Prime.
Questions? Thank you for the update on Amazon. I look forward to touring it when you are open.
John, we're not hearing sound from Ron.
Thank you, President Ron. Good afternoon and welcome to the greatest club on earth. We have one guest online, Andre Wood something. Got dots on it. They didn't have enough room in the letters there. So that's our guest for today. Now that our speaker was the other. So, welcome to Rochester Rotary.
Al Jones says it right. Anybody with happy bucks? Any happy bucks out there? Vince! I'm happy and tomorrow is my second son's 30th.
Yeah, I was reading the most recent Rotary magazine. I'm sure. If you didn't notice, I think about the last page or so, there's a list of worldwide contributors who gave significant dollars to Rotary. And our members, Jay and Eastman, were in there. My happy buck is that I know Jay and Eastman, and they're members of our club. And I just want to thank them for their generosity. That's my happy buck.
Anybody else? Got one birthday this week. Right. I don't know if she's online or whatever, but we can sing happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Renee. Happy birthday to you. $5, please, Renee. Remember? That was for his mother-in-law passing. I got an email on it. That's why I get picked up a card.
I'm not sure about that. A long time ago.
Really?
Well, not a long time ago, but no, I just walked in. I'm not sure.
I got an email that your mother-in-law passed away, so I picked up a card.
It was last February.
Oh, well, better late than never. 12 anniversaries.
Yeah.
David Blair, 6 years. Brian Barnett, who's not with us today, 14 years. Rock Roller, is that Roger? 20 years. And one guy that's going to be missed big time is Mel Gay. He would have been 44 years with us. Just as an announcement, we had a complaint last week. Something was said about Governor Whitmer. So to me, let's just keep it civil and non-political if we can. I got about reamed out in the parking lot. Anyway, we will be voting on November 17th on our Constitution. If you still have not received a copy of that, there's one on the back table. Steve Ayler, you got an update on poinsettias?
Yeah.
Can we get a mic? There we go. We are into 2 weeks of our 4-week poinsettia season. So I know a lot of you have plants in process with your customers and sales pursuits. Keep those things moving along. Our goal this year is to raise $16,000 by selling 1,780 plants, which is comparable to where we were last year, looking at the $5 increase on the smallest poinsettia plant. So far, we have sold 434 plants, which is about a fourth of our target, and we have raised about $4,500 of our 16,000, which is about 28%. So we're doing really pretty good, because normally our dollars and all the numbers come in at the very end. But we'd like to have a good sense of, where are we in the process? Because as you know, we didn't do a wine taste, we didn't have a golf outing. So this is our shot to try to really raise some significant dollars and make up for some of those missed fundraising opportunities. Last week, we did a little exercise where everybody wrote down some names of organizations or services or people that you might call on to make a purchase or to give them a gift. So I was curious, Linda Eastman, Linda and Jay are not here today. They unfortunately have a conflict with a funeral. But Linda was curious if anybody had any types of roles or services that could be added to the list that was sent to everyone. So we have a nice complete list. Did anybody volunteer an additional role, title, service, name, etc.? Looks like no. Okay. I think that's probably good. Next week, we're going to send out to everybody a copy of the barcode. As you remember, Bordines is offering a barcode to various charitable organizations that if people make purchases between November 30th and December 3rd, Bordines will honor 10% of that purchase price if they scan the barcode as a contribution to Rotary. December 3rd is the pickup date for people who might want to pick up their own poinsettias. So we want to make sure we get that barcode out along with the flyer to your various prospects, because whatever they might choose to purchase during those 4 days, that's extra money that Bordines is going to piggyback on top of our flower sales. So what's the date? November 30th to December 3rd. It's a 4-day window. And it's anybody who has that barcode, it doesn't need to be a Rotarian, it doesn't need to be somebody you gave it to. It could be 3 or 4 handoffs away. As long as that barcode is scanned, their purchase price will trigger a contribution from Bordines. Thank you.
Our Rotarian of the Week award has been missing for a while. Did someone find that yet? Oh, Brian Deal has, okay. Rotarian of the Week, last week, Ted Rummel handed it off to Marty McClure. So Marty, you want to let us know who is going to get that out of this week?
I'd like to thank Ted for recognizing myself. I've been a Rotarian for 40 years, and the importance that some of us older people might add to the club and its direction and so on. I looked up, it took me 13 years as a Rotarian to become a president, which was 93, 94. And I've noticed that over time, our presidents work up the channel to become president, or our members, much quicker than that. So I think us older people add kind of some tradition. Change is good, but it adds that. And it also adds some stability, continuity, experience, and longevity. And with that in mind, I'd like to give the award to Bill Ebinger for all he's done in the many years of Rotary. He gives his lifeblood to the park right now. And we as a club really need to look at Bill's project and the importance of it as a club, not a charity event kind of a thing, but something that we contribute as Rotary to our city, and make it a permanent thing that we do as a club to fund, make sure it exists and continues. Bill's wanting to kind of back away now, and I can understand why. And I'm sure our boards and so on can make that happen. So Bill, thanks for all your efforts.
My granddad, who's on Zoom, says, remind everyone that next week we have a club assembly to answer questions concerning the proposed club constitution. Thanks, Ray. All right, Sheriff Peter.
Now you can boo me now.
I'll keep it simple.
Do you have a pen? I got to scratch off those. Election day. Let's do a little election day trivia. Can you hear me? I had to set up for a different member that doesn't happen to be here, so we'll go to the second smartest member, John Gabriel. If you can answer this question correctly, everybody in the room pays $2. If you're incorrect, you have to pay $5. Okay. What awareness is Movember? Movember. You get just $5 for talking right there. Movember. No, it is Men's Health Prostate Cancer. Movember. You grow a mustache during November. It's called Movember. Okay. I needed the smartest guy. That's you, John. $5. Did you know today in history, the USSR launched a dog into space and never came back? Tim Duncan's not here. I was going to ask him if he could revive a frozen dog. If you couldn't, it was $5. So it's $5 to somebody. Hopefully everybody voted. I see a lot of stickers. Who didn't vote? Raise your hand. Oh man, I had a good one. Okay, it's $1 if you voted for Trump. It's $2 if you voted for Biden. $5 if you voted for Kanye West. And I guess $2 if you didn't vote for Mark Tisdale. It's $2. So there's our membership there. It is hunting season. This is the month of hunting season. Show of hands of anybody that is hunting or going hunting or has gone hunting. There you go. Okay, everybody else, that's $1. Thanksgiving's 23 days away. Is Jeff Whitby here? Yes, he is. 23 days from now, the CDC has 3 recommendations for your Thanksgiving party. It has to be 2 hours long. You can't shout, and you can't have a buffet line for the food. So, yeah, well, I'm going to do a preemptive $5 fine on you because I know you're not going to follow those 3. And by the way, it's a Lions game. So are there any Lions fans? Okay. Anybody that's a Lions fan owes $2 in a fine because they're going to yell during the Thanksgiving party, which is against the CDC recommendations. And kind of thematically in honor of Election Day, raise your hand if you're an ex-president of the club. Okay, everybody else, pony up $5. Online, anybody put your hands up? Any ex-presidents online? Ernie, are you out there? Okay. That's all I have. Congratulations.
Okay, before we close the meeting out, we've got a new member. Is Vito here? Come on up, Vito, and your sponsor. Vito was sponsored by Sharon Renke from where?
First State Bank.
First State Bank. There you go. Vito, you've been chosen to the membership in the Rochester Rotary Club because you manifest those qualifications of head and heart needed to serve Rotary and impact the message of Rotary to those with whom you come in contact. I charge you to judge yourself by the four-way test and the things you think, say, or do. I wish to impress upon you that you are being admitted not only to the Rochester Rotary Club, but a worldwide association of individuals dedicated to the Rotary model of service above self. By the virtue of your membership in this club, you'll be welcomed into any fellowship of any Rotary Club in the world. I've used that out of state, Florida, all over the place. In fact, I ran into Shirley Goforth down in Florida at a club. The honor and privilege of Rotary membership carries with it duties and obligations. You will be expected to attend the club meetings regularly, actively participate in club service, and offer your knowledge and talents and energy to the club and its efforts to serve our community. I ask all Rotarians and guests to please rise. Vito, on behalf of the members of this club, I formally admit you to the membership of the Rochester Rotary Club. Fellow Rotarians, I commend to you our newest member, Vito Pianello, and charge all of you to welcome him to engage in our projects, fun, and fellowship. Let's give him a warm welcome.
Thank you. So I have a happy thought. I'm now a new member of the Rotary Club, the best in the world. Thank you. A little bit about me. I work for First State Bank. Our new office is on Rochester Road, north of Hamlin. Sharon is a branch manager. We both work together at the office. I've been a commercial lender now for over 20 years, and that's what I do for a living. I actually give people money. So I do commercial lending, so it's lines of credit, SBA loans, equipment loans, basically anything to do with commercial lending. I appreciate that you allow me to become a member of the Rotary Club, and Sharon and I work together. So if we ever need any banking needs, please give us a call.
That's ending on a good note, brand new member. Any other questions before we close out?
What do you have for dessert today?
They're trying to watch your weight.